Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In lesson 7 class, we will talk about the derivative of a function. So since nag-discuss na tayo sa limits of a function and continuity of function, the next topic sa limits is the derivative of a function. Derivative is one of the two main subjects that form the nucleus of calculus. As pointed out in the preceding chapter, it is an analytical construct that uses a limit process in its definition. The word derivative simply means rate of change. In fact, if the derivative of a function y is equal to f of x at x sub o exists, then the value is the rate of change of f at the point x sub o and f of x sub o. So in this chapter class, we shall define the concept of derivative of a function at a number. From its definition, one can easily formulate a systematic way for obtaining the derivative of the function at a number. Useful theorems on differentiation will be given, and some examples will be used to illustrate how these theorems may be applied. The geometric interpretation of the derivative and some applications of differentiation will be discussed. Specifically, we shall look at some of its applications to graphs of functions, to problems of finding the minimum or maximum, and problems in related rates. So, ang first muna na itatakol natin dito class is only the formal definition of the derivative, the theorems on differentiation, and the derivatives of some trigonometric function, and then yung continuation niya is doon na naman sa next na module. So let's start with the formal definition of the derivative. If f is a function of an independent variable, say x, then the derivative of f at x sub o, it is denoted by f prime of x sub o. So pag nakita ninyo yung f of x sub o or yung f of x is may prime na siya sa taas, or etong symbol na to, ibig sabihin yan, derivative na yan. So it is given by f prime of x sub o is equal to the limit of f of x sub o plus h minus f of x divided by h as h approaches 0. So if this limit exists, if f prime of x sub o, okay, exists, then f is said to be differentiable at x sub o. The function f is said to be differentiable naman if it is differentiable at each point in the domain. So this is the formal definition of a derivative. So, ang ibig sabihin nito, malalaman natin or gagamitin natin yung previous topic natin, the limits, para makuha natin yung derivative ng given na function or the differentiation. Okay, take note class. The word derivative and differentiation are just synonyms lang sila. Para sa ibang book kasi ang ginamit na term is differentiation. Pero dito, ginamit ko dito is derivative. Pero sa theorems, ang ginamit ko doon na word is the differentiation. So parehas lang yun ha. Para hindi kayo ma-confuse. Okay, so we have the three-step rule. So from the above definition, yung na-mention ko na definition sa previous slide, we can immediately formulate a systematic way for obtaining the derivative of f at x if it exists. This is called the three-step rule. Okay, so ito yung tinatawag natin na three-step rule. Ito daw classes, magagamit natin, or itong three-step rule na to is ma-apply natin siya using the definition I've mentioned a while ago doon sa previous slide natin para mahanap natin or ma-differentiate natin yung given na function. So, ang step 1 is simplify f of x plus h minus f of x. So, take note, this is the step 1. Si f of x plus h na function, ima-minus natin yung f of x na function. Sa step 2 naman, yung result natin sa step 1 class na si f of x plus h minus f of x is i-divide natin siya by h. Okay, divide f of x plus h minus f of x by h. That is solve f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h, given that h must not be equal to 0. Okay, in the last step class, right after ninyong ma-divide yung, okay, diba sa first is nag-simplify tayo, and then yung result nito, i-divide lang natin siya ng h sa step 2. And then after that, pag na-divide din natin ng h, sa step 3, kunin lang natin yung limit niya. So, given na talaga na si variable h is approaches 0. By definition 2.1, this limit, if it exists, is f prime of x. So, ito na yung function natin na na-derive na. F prime of x. So, take note, pag nag-derive na kayo class or nag-start na kayong mag-derive, ang magiging notation natin is f prime of x. Malalagyan na siya ng prime sa taas ng function natin. Kung g yung given, magiging g prime of x. Okay, so let's give an example. For the first example, find the derivative of the function f of x equals to x squared. Okay, ang function natin is the function x squared using the three-step rule. Okay, so ang step 1 class is simplify f of x plus h minus f of x. So which means, ito yung basihan natin, itong function na to. Kasi di ba yan yung given natin. To be able to get the f of x plus h, just simply add variable h on the variable x. Ibig sabihin nun is, kung may given tayo na function, let's say may variable x, kasi always man talaga may variable x, is mag-add tayo doon na h. Okay, just simply add h rather. So, which means, si x, pag dinagdagan natin siya, di ba ang given is x squared? So, eto yung f of x natin, right? Okay, so kailangan natin kunin is yung si f of x plus h. So, yan yung kailangan natin. Okay, si f of x plus h. So, since dito sa right side na to, nag-add siya dito ng h, it follows also na mag-add din tayo ng h kay variable x. So, ang mangyayari is x plus h. Okay, since naka-squared yan, of course, isasali din natin si h sa squared. So, kaya siya naging x plus h. Okay, yan yung f of x natin. And then minus x quantity squared, yan yung f of x natin. So, i-simplify natin. The product of x plus h quantity squared is x squared plus 2xh plus h squared and then minus the x squared. Okay, cancel out si x squared kasi positive and negative. So, we left with 2xh plus h squared. So, ito yung result natin sa step 1. After that, sa step 2, yung na-obtain natin na result sa step 1, i-divide lang natin siya ng h. Kasi di ba ito yung sa step 2. Okay, so 2xh, just copy this one here. Okay, bring it down. So 2xh plus h squared, nilagyan lang siya ng h or dinivide siya ng h. So 2xh divided by h is 2x na lang, di ba? H squared divided by h is just h. So ito yung result natin sa step 2. And then sa step 3 class, yung result ninyo sa step 2 is yun yung kukunan ninyo ng limit. So that's why naging ganito siya. Limit of 2x plus h, always yan approaches si 0 si h. Okay, so which means to get the limit of, or to evaluate the limit of this, just simply substitute 0. So, di ba ang mangyayari is 2x, and then replace natin si h ng 0. So, 2x plus 0 is equal to 2x. So, therefore, f prime of x or the derivative, ang tawag dito pag may prime na siya is that is the derivative of the function f of x is equal to 2x. Okay, so na-derive natin si x squared using the step 3-step rule, and then yung derivative niya is the function 2x. Okay, so let's give another example rather. Okay. Examples, second example natin class. Find the derivative of the function x cubed plus 1. Okay, the same din sa first example natin using the 3-step rule. Okay, so sa step 1, f of x plus h minus f of x is isi-simplify natin siya. Okay, so para malaman natin yung f of x plus h natin, take note ha, doon lang kayong mag-a-add ng h sa may variable x. Sa may variable x lang. Kung naka-cube siya, ibig sabihin isasalin nyo din si h doon sa cube. Kung constant lang, let's say for example, ito si 1, wala siyang variable x, hindi kayo dito mag-a-add ng h. So we have si x squared plus h, si x plus h quantity cube plus 1. So ito yung f of x plus h natin. Ito siya. And then, si f of x, yan yung given natin. Okay. So, gaya, si x plus h na gini, x saya na inumanan buwanan sa h. So, katayam niya so ayan. Since naka-cube na, ipagpitan si h ko, cube. And then, gaya 1 saya na, ginan so 1 si iya constant. Okay. So, simplify natin. Ang product na to is magiging x cubed plus 3x squared h plus 3x h squared plus h cubed plus 1. Okay? And then, ito, bring down lang natin to. So, simplify natin. So, magka-cancel out si x cubed kasi pag dinistribute natin dito si x, magiging negative siya, no? And then, also si positive 1 and negative 1. So, we left with this 3x squared h plus 3x h squared plus h cubed. And then, ito yung result natin sa step 1 na i-divide natin ng h kay step 2. So, when we divide h here, so magiging 3x squared divided by h, 3x squared na lang. 3x h squared divided by h, 3x h na lang. H cubed divided by h is h squared. Ito, this is h squared. Okay, that is h squared. Okay, and then, yung result natin sa step 2 class is, yun yung kukunan natin ng limit. Okay, so evaluate natin yung limit nito. Just bring down here. This is h squared ha. Okay, so limit of 3x squared plus 3xh plus h squared, yan yung result sa step 2 natin as h approaches 0. So simply substitute 0 kay h, kay h. So also, which means we left with 3x squared na lang. So therefore, ito yung limit niya, which means f prime of x is equal to 3x squared. So after kayong nag-evaluate ng limit, yung result na nakuha ninyo sa step 3 is yun yung derivative. Okay, pag may prime na, which means yan na yung derivative ng function natin na x cubed plus 1. Okay, so that is for the 3-step rule. Okay, so the process of finding the derivative of a given function is called differentiation. Okay, so kaya ang sinabi ko kanina, Si derivative is parehas lang kay term na differentiation because the process of finding the derivative of a given function is called the differentiation. If the function f is defined by the given y, by the equation y equals to f of x, then the derivative of f at x can be denoted by any of the following symbols. So, ibig sabihin nun, may mga symbols tayong makikita. Usually kasi ginagamit is f prime of x. Diba? Okay, so may dy over dx din. Ibig sabihin yan class derivative or first derivative. Okay, depende na. Pero dito class, ang gagamitin ko lang na notation is etong f prime of x, pwede rin g prime of x, pwedeng h prime of x para hindi masyadong confusing. Okay, so let's proceed on theorems on differentiation. Sa theorems on differentiation class, the process of finding the derivatives using the definition or the three-step rule may be very complicated. Diba? Kasi masyadong mahaba. 3 step yung dadaanan natin bago natin makuha yung derivative ng function. So we can actually avoid using such a technique by applying some of the basic theorems on differentiation. So these theorems give 4 formulas that can be used to find the derivatives of some function. So, meron na tayong gagamitin ng mga theorems on differentiation para hindi na natin daanan yung 3-step rule na yon. Yung 3-step rule kasi class is in-apply lang doon or ginamit natin doon or ini-illustrate lang natin yung definition ng or formal definition ng derivative. So, the first theorem, for the first theorem class, theorem 7.2 is the derivative of a constant function. If f of x equals to c for all x, where c is a constant, okay, then the f prime of x is equal to 0. So, ang ibig sabihin lang ng first na theorem is ang derivative daw ng constant function natin is equal to 0. Okay, take note. If ang given ninyo na function is a constant, which means number siya, ibig sabihin nun, ang derivative niyan is always equal to 0. Unlike kasi doon sa limit of a constant function, na ang limit niya is equal to the constant function. So here, sa derivative class, pag ang given na function is a constant, ang derivative niya is automatic na 0. Okay, so for example class, let f of x is equal to negative 1/2, where negative 1/2 is a constant function, right? Okay, so by theorem 7.2, ang derivative daw nito, f prime of x equals to 0. Okay, so which means, kahit ano yung given ninyo na function dito na constant, always na ang derivative niyan is equal to 0. Okay, so another theorem is, if r is a rational number and the f of x equals to x raised to the power of r, then f prime of x equals to r times x to the power of r minus 1. Okay, if may given daw tayo na function na ganito yung form, ibig sabihin nun variable tapos may exponent, then yung derivative daw nito is eto siya. Okay, so eto yung derivative niya. Okay, saan galing si r? Galing siya sa exponent, nilagay dito sa base, that's why naging r times x to the power of r minus 1. Ibig sabihin nun is, kapag ang given ninyo na function is x to the power of r, to get the derivative, babaan nyo lang yung exponent dito sa base, and then after ninyong maibaba, saka kayo magma-minus ng 1 sa exponent. Okay, for the illustration, let f of x equals to x to the power of negative 1 over 5. Okay, so ito yung function natin. Variable x, then may exponent siya na negative 1 over 5. Then, applying the previous theorem, we have f prime, kasi nag-derive naman tayo. F prime of x, okay, ang ginawa niya kay negative 1 over 5, nilagay niya dito sa base, so ito si negative 1 over 5. Just bring down the variable x, and then, saka ka magma-minus ng 1 kay exponent. So we have negative 1, x to the power of negative 1 over 5 minus 1. So magiging negative 1 over 5, x to the power of negative 6 over 5. Or, para maging positive si exponent is, lagay natin sa denominator, magiging negative 1 over 5, x to the power of 6 over 5, diba? Okay. Or this is just equal to negative 1 over 5 x to the power x times the fifth root of x. So, paano yung naging x? Fifth root of x. Okay. Paano kaya yan? Galing siya class kay x to the power of 6 over 5. So, di ba pag kinonvert natin yan into radical, ang mangyayari is si 5 siya yung index, di ba? And then si x is to the power of 6. So, since mas malaki yung exponent, yung value ni exponent natin kaysa kay index, which means pwede tayong maglabas ng isang variable dito. So, ano yung x to the power of 6 is pwede siyang ma-factor as x to the power of 5 times x to the power of 5. So, nilabas si x to the power of 5 since the same sila doon sa index natin. So, we left with x times the fifth root of x. Okay. So, another example dito class sa theorem 7.2.3 is, let's say, x to the power of 3. Okay, halimbawa lang. Yan yung function natin, ha? Okay, since ang exponent natin is si 3, okay, yan yung f of x natin. Okay, f of x. And then, magiging f prime of x niya is ganyan. F prime of x equals to, since ang exponent natin is 3, so bring down 3 sa base. Just copy the variable x. Write natin ulit si exponent na 3. And then, magma-minus tayo ng 1. So, we have 3x to the power of 2. So, this is the derivative of the function x cubed, si 3x squared. Sa theorem 7.2.5, if f is a differentiable function at x, and the f of x, capital letter f of x equals to c times the function f of x, where c is a constant, okay, then f is differentiable at x, and the derivative of this is the f prime of x equals to c times the f prime of x. So, i-illustrate natin siya. So, we have, let's say may function tayo na f of x is equal to negative 5x to the power of negative 3. Since ang f of x natin dito class is si x to the power of negative 3, di ba? Okay, kung i-apply natin ito. Kasi si negative 5 is just a constant. And then si x to the power of negative 3 naman, yan yung f of x natin. Is differentiable and f prime of x, okay, ang derivative nito alone is, okay, si 3, si negative 3, pag may sign na negative, isasaling ilalagay sa base, ha. So, negative, bring down negative, and then just copy x, tapos negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. So, by theorem 7.2.3, it follows rather from theorem 7.2.5 that f prime of x, okay, may prime dyan, f prime of x is equal to si negative 5, galing doon sa given natin, times negative 3 na derivative ni x to the power of negative 3 times x to the power of negative 4, that is equal to 15 x to the negative 4, or para maging positive siya, 15 over x to the power of 4. Nilagay lang natin sa denominator yung variable natin, yung function na x to the power of negative 4. Okay, another example dito sa theorem na to is, let's say, may function tayo na 3x to the power of 2. Halimbawa lang, ha. Okay, so, ang derivative na to class, okay, let's see, yan yung function natin na f. Okay, ang derivative niya, f prime, is equals to, diba may 3, no? So, i-times nyo lang yung constant dito, okay, doon sa exponent. So, 3 times 2, that is equal to 6, diba? Okay, x to the power of 2 minus 1, that is equal to 1. So, ito yung derivative niya. Derivative of 3x squared is equal to 6x na lang. Okay, take note, pag may constant dito, right before the function na variable x, i-times nyo lang doon sa exponent, and then saka kayo magma-minus ng 1 sa exponent. So theorem 7.2.7 is derivative of a sum if f and g are differentiable at x and h of x equals to f of x plus g of x, then h is differentiable at x and h prime of x equals to f prime of x plus the g of x. So ibig sabihin nun, ang derivative ni h of x, which means, ang ibig sabihin lang ng 7.2.7 na theorem is, if ang given natin na function is polynomial na siya, ibig sabihin 2 or more terms na, is para makuha daw natin yung derivative niya ay isa-isahin natin bawat terms. Ibig sabihin every term is i-derive natin. So ibig sabihin iba yung derivative ni f of x, iba din yung derivative ni g of x. Okay, so in this theorem class says that the derivative of a sum of two differentiable functions is equal to the sum of the respective derivatives. By induction in the number of functions involved, theorem 7.2.7 is true for any finite number of differentiable functions. That is, the derivative of a finite sum of differentiable function is the sum of the derivatives of the functions involved. So let's illustrate para maintindihan natin yung derivative of a sum. So let h of x equals to 7x to the power of 5 minus 11x plus 4. So this is a trinomial, diba? By theorem mentioned above is, in the previous theorems na na-discuss na, we have, okay, ang derivative daw nito class is h prime. Do not forget ha, the notation, pag mag-derive na, kailangan may prime. Okay, si 7, i-times natin kay 5, so that is 7 times 5, x to the power of, si 5 minus 1, that's why naging 4 siya. And then, si 11 class minus 11x, so since, ang exponent ni x dito is 1, diba? So 11 times 1 is 11 pa rin. Since minus yan, minus din ito. So since magma-minus tayo ng 1 dito, diba ang mangyari is x to the power of 1 minus 1. So any number raised to the power of 0 is always equal to 1. So 11 times 1, that's why 11 na lang. And then derivative of the constant 4, that is equal to 0. Okay, so 7 times 5, that is 35, x to the power of 4. Negative 11 plus 0 is negative 11. Okay, gaya klase tanong din nyo ba din? E barat mo na, so function niyo na given niyan na x, depende saya, may susurat saya number, may susurat saya number sa puro, na aya derivative na 1. Okay, derivative yan na 1. Na barat mo mambuo 2x, na aya derivative mambuo na 2. Kumbaga na, waya given yung function na lagi din na variable, ay exponent yan na 1. Tapos, pwede yan na numerical coefficient yan sa yapat na gito derivative yan. O 3x, na ya derivative yan na 3. Na o, ay given na negative 1/2 x, na ay derivative na negative 1/2. Kumbaga na, niya eliminaton bu si variable x. O gina ni given yung function. Okay. Sa next na theorem is the derivative of a product. Kung may derivative of a sum, we have also derivative of a product. So if f and g are differentiable at x, and h of x equals to f of x times the g of x, then h is differentiable at x, and h prime of x equals to f of x times the g prime of x plus g of x times the f prime of x. So, basta a product, which means operation na multiplication o duwati man na function, na add na pattern o derivative yan. Okay, pattern yan. H prime of x is equal to the first function times yung derivative ni second function, g prime of x, always ay a plus, basta derivative of a product. Bring down the second function g of x, and then e times yung man, so derivative b, first function. Or, may next tayo dito sa derivative of a product. First times the derivative of the second function plus second function times the derivative of the first function. Or kapag na f times g prime of x plus g times f prime of x. So, for instance, let h of x equals to 3x squared plus h. Okay, ito yung first function natin. Let's see, yan yung f natin. Times 3x minus 7. Let's say, ito yung function g natin. Okay. Kailangan i-familiarize ninyo yung pattern sa derivative of a product, ha. First times the derivative of the second plus second times the derivative of the first. Function na pag-mean na kanro. Note that both 3x squared plus 1 and 3x minus 7 are differentiable functions of function x, right? Thus, by theorem 7.2.9, okay, dito, we have, okay, h prime, kasi h yung ginamit dito. First, ito yung first function, di ba? Okay, just follow the pattern. Okay, ito yung follow natin na pattern dito. First, so ang f natin is, function f is 3x squared plus 1. D of x, pag may nakalagay dyan na d of x, yan yung derivative. Ay pag minsan na derivative of the second function, 3x minus 7, plus, basta product na plus sa operation sa AC co-derivative yan. Second function na 3x minus 7, galing dito, times the derivative of 3x squared plus 1. Okay, so just bring down 3x squared plus 1, ito siya. Derivative ni 3x minus 7 is 3 na lang, di ba? Kasi yung na-mention ko kanina, pag coefficient tapos variable na kasama niya is exponent na 1, na ayan yung derivative na superior na numerical coefficient. So 3 derivative of 7 is 0. So 3 minus 7 is, 3 minus 0 rather is 3 na lang. Dito sa second, we have 3x minus 7. Just bring down. Okay, derivative ni 3x squared plus 1 is 3 times 2, that is 6, right? And then x to the power of 2 minus 1, that is x to the power of 1 na lang. Okay, so simplify natin. The sum of this is 27x squared minus 42x plus 3. So therefore, the derivative of the function 3x squared plus 1 times 3x minus 7 is 27x squared minus 42x plus 3. So, may tinatawag din tayo na derivative of a quotient. So, may pattern din tayo dito sa derivative of a quotient. If f and g are differentiable at x, and if h of x equals to f of x divided by g of x, with g of x not equals to 0, then h is differentiable at x, and h prime of x. Okay, so ito din yung pattern ng derivative of a quotient natin, or the quotient rule. Okay, pwede din natin itong tawagin quotient rule. Yung product rule is the same with derivative of a product. So, ito yung pattern niya. So, g of x, yan yung sa denominator na function, times yung derivative ni numerator na function, minus yung function na nasa taas, times yung function, yung derivative ng function sa denominator, all over the g of x quantity squared. Pag derivative of a quotient or quotient rule plus, always itong minus. Kanina sa product, always yun plus. Or ang mnemonex ko dito class, let f of x as our high function, and then yung g of x natin is our low function. Diba? Nasa below siya. Okay, so ang mnemonex ko dito is low times the derivative of the high function minus high function times the derivative of the low over the low squared, or low d high minus high derivative of low, or high d low. Low d high minus high d low over low squared. Pero it's up to you kung saan kayo mas prefer. Sa akin kasi is yun yung mnemonics na natutunan ko nung college ako. Okay, so let's have an illustration to apply the mentioned theorem. Okay, so let h of x equals to 1 minus x squared divided by 3x minus 5. By the theorem above, we have, okay, so since ang function natin sa taas is si, yung 1 minus x squared class, let this one as our f. Then yung sa denominator naman is yan yung function natin sa below. Okay, high divided by low. So, low, di ba ang pattern is low d high minus high d low. So, ang nasa derivative function natin sa baba is 3x minus 5 times the derivative of the higher function, high function, 1 minus x squared, minus, kasi minus man dapat yan always, the high function times the derivative of the low function over the low function squared. So 3x minus 5 quantity squared. So bring down 3x minus 5. Ang derivative ni 1 minus x squared is negative 2x because derivative of constant 1 is 0 naman. Bring down 2 here. So magiging negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. And then x squared, magiging x to the power of 2 minus 1. 1 na lang yan. Okay, minus. Bring down 1 minus x squared here. Derivative of 3x minus 5 is 3 na lang. Just copy the denominator 3x minus 5 quantity squared. Okay, ang sum na to or ang difference ng numerator natin is negative 6x squared plus 10x minus 3 plus 3x squared. Just copy the denominator 3x minus 5 quantity squared. Okay, simplify natin to. We get the negative 3x squared plus 10x minus 3 sa denominator 3x minus 5 quantity squared, where x must not be equal to 5 over 3 because our function will become undefined. Okay, so pwedeng hindi nyo na to i-simplify. Kasi parehas lang din kung i-expand ninyo yung denominator, wala din namang mag-cancel out. So babalik pa rin kayo dyan. Okay, so may examples tayo dito para ma-apply natin yung mga theorems na mentioned kanina. Okay, so sa first example class, the given function is x to the power of 14 plus 10x squared minus 4x plus 5. So madali lang i-derive ito by terms. Okay, so sa first term, ang derivative niyan, ibaba lang natin si 14, yung exponent na 14. So, eto siya, 14 times x to the power 14 minus 1. Sa second term naman is 10 times 2. Si 2 is galing sa exponent. And then, saka kayo mag-minus ng 1. And then, minus 4x to the power of 1 minus 1 plus the derivative of 5 na constant is 0. Okay, so 14x to the power of 13 plus 10 times 2 is 20. X to the power of 2 minus 1 is x na lang. Negative 4. X to the power of 1 minus 1 is negative 4. So, therefore, this is the derivative of the given function sa first example. Sa second example, f of x is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 1 over x squared. Okay, pag may nakita kayong ganito class sa given ninyo na function is para hindi na natin i-apply yung quotient rule, pwedeng pag monomial siya, okay lang kung monomial. Pero pag binomial, hindi na siya pwedeng iakyat sa taas ha. So, ito yung given natin, di ba? So, pwede siyang ma-rewrite as x squared plus 2x. Si x squared, 1 over x squared dito class, dilagay siya sa taas. So, magiging minus x to the power of negative 2. Kasi di ba, pag nilagay natin ito sa taas class or sa numerator, magiging negative yung exponent niya. Ibarat mo na yung matatago sa number key 1 na 3, na of course, na matatago sa mamuda pata 3. So, since wala, kasi 1 lang naman, so wala din. Diba? Okay. So, here, pwede na tayong mag-derive. Pag ganito na siya, pag wala na siyang fraction, wala na ang denominator. Kasi mas madali nating ma-integrate, ma-derive rather, yung mga function na walang denominators. Pag polynomial function yung given. Maliban na lang kung rational function kasi kailangan talaga nating i-apply yung quotient rule. So, derivative of x squared class is 2x to the power of 2 minus 1, diba? Bring down 2 sa base. Derivative ni 2x is eto naman siya, 2x to the power of 1 minus 1, minus, kasi minus yan. Derivative ni x to the power of negative 2, bring down negative 2 sa base. So, eto si negative 2. And then, x to the power of negative 2 minus 1. So, 2x to the power of 2 to the power of 2 minus 1 is 2x na lang. Sa second term natin is 2 na lang kasi this is equal to 1, right? Because x to the power of 0 is equal to 1. And then, negative 2 times 2 magiging positive 2. Tapos, x to the power of negative 3, 2 minus 1 is x to the power of negative 3. Para positive yung exponent ni x, lagay natin sa denominator yung variable natin. So, para maging positive, nilagay natin siya dito. So, we have 2x. F prime of x is equal to 2x plus 2 over x cubed plus 2. Another example is g of x equals to x squared plus 2x times 3x plus 1. So, times, which means, ang i-apply natin dito is the derivative of a product or the theorem 7.2.9. So, ang pattern sa derivative of a product is first function times the derivative of the second function plus the second function times the derivative of the first function. So, eto siya. This is g. This is not f. Okay? Kindly replace it by variable g. Okay. So, we have f of x. G of x is g prime of x. So, ito yung first function times the derivative of the second function plus the second function times the derivative of the second function. So, bring down natin yung first function. Ang derivative ni second function class is 3. Okay, yan yung derivative niya. Tapos, bring down lang natin si 3x plus 1 times derivative ni x squared plus 2x is 2x plus 2. So, simplify natin. We have 3x squared plus 6x plus 6x squared plus 2x plus 6x plus 2. So, ang sum na to class is, combining the like terms, we have g prime of x is 9x squared plus 14x plus 2. Okay, so tandaan nyo lang yung pattern ng derivative of a product at saka yung pattern ng derivative of a quotient. Okay, in the next example, we were going to apply the derivative of a quotient. So we have, okay, so di ba ang pattern sa derivative of a quotient is low d high minus high d low over low squared. So ang nasa low natin na function is 3x minus 2 times the derivative of the high function minus the high function times the derivative of the low function over the low function squared. Okay, so bring down 3x minus 2. Ang derivative ni 2x plus 3 is 2 na lang because derivative of the constant 3 is 0. Okay, minus 2x plus 3. Then derivative ni 3x minus 2 is 3 na lang din. Okay, so simplify natin siya. 6x minus 4 minus 6x minus 9. Minus 9 rather. So, combining like term, that is 0 na yan. So, negative 4 minus 9 is negative 13 all over 3x minus 2 quantity squared. Okay, so eto class sa example na to, this is a combination of the product rule and a quotient rule. So, since ang first function natin class, okay, let this one as our first function. And then, si x minus 6 naman is our second function. So, we have f prime of x equals to, di ba ang pattern, kaya natin na-apply dito first is yung quotient, yung product rule kasi ang naunang operation is yung product. So, x plus 2, this is the first function, times this derivative of the second function plus the second function times the derivative of the first function. Okay, so just bring down the first function x plus 2 over 3x plus 1 times yung derivative class ni x minus 6 is equal to 1, diba? And then, bring down natin si x minus 6. Ito siya. Then, derivative of x plus 2 over 3x plus 1 is dito na natin i-apply si quotient rule. Okay. Dito sa part na yan. Okay. So, para ma-apply natin yung quotient rule, we have 3x plus 1 or low times the derivative of the high function minus high function. Dito tayo nag-base ha, dito. Times the derivative of the low function over the low function squared. Okay. So, simplify natin to. Bring down lang natin to class. So, we have x plus 2 over 3x plus 1. Okay, since times natin to sa 1, ito pa rin yung product niya, plus x minus 6, so yan siya. Okay, so ito naman, we have 3x plus 1. Derivative ni x plus 2 is 1. Okay, minus x plus 2 times derivative ni 3x plus 1 is 3. And then, 3x plus 1 quantity squared. Tapos, isimplify na natin. Okay, bring down lang natin to. So, ito siya. Okay, simplify muna natin to. So, we have 3x plus 1 plus 3x plus 1 minus 3x minus 6 over 3x plus 1 quantity squared. So, combining like terms, that is equal to 0 na. So, 1 minus 6 is negative 5. So, ito, galing siya dito sa yan. Binaba lang siya dito. Bring down lang. Ito naman is, ito yung result niya. Okay. So, simplify natin. So, times natin to dito. So, that's why naging negative 5x plus 30. Okay. And then, since parehas lang sila ng denominator, get the LCD. So, the LCD is the function having the higher exponent. Having the highest exponent rather. So, eto. So, times natin dito. So, we get f prime of x is equal to 3x squared plus 2x plus 30 over 3x plus 1 quantity squared. The following theorem is the theorem for the derivative of a composite function or the chain rule. So, suppose that f, g, and u are functions with f of x equals to g of u of x. Ito yung sa first topic natin sa function, yung composite of function or the composition of function. So, ma-apply natin siya dito sa derivative of a function. And suppose that g and u are differentiable at x, then f is differentiable at x, and f prime of x rather, or the derivative of this function class is eto, f prime of x is equal to g prime of u of x times u prime of x. Ibig sabihin lang nun is i-derive muna natin yung function na g of x, yung sa labas na function, and then just copy the inside function times times natin yung derivative ng nasa loob na function. So we have the corollary, following corollary in this theorem. So if f of x equals to u of x raised to the power of n, okay, so may exponent tayo, where n is an integer, then f prime of x equals to n times u of x to the power of n minus 1 times the u prime of x. So, giya class sa corollary na, lagi diyang buaya. So, sa ikadbuto theorem, ang i-discuss akin kagiya. After to, so, derivative of a constant function na di ba, pitururo kagiya na, basta na function ka, na exponent yan, ay pumabas kanyang bu. Kaya sa base, na lagi diyan bumambu. And then, after ninyong mailagay sa baba yung exponent or sa base, saka kayo magma-minus ng 1. So, katest kanyan. Pero, minimum saya busa get chain rule class na ipag-times yun. So, derivative bagya sisi sa sulod the function. So, gini derivative yan. Sa ikadumang corollary, if f of x equals to u of x raised to the power of r, where r is any rational number and u is a differentiable function, then f prime of x equals to r times u of x times r to the power of u to the power of x, u of x rather to the power of r minus 1 times u prime of x. So actually parehas lang si corollary 7.15 and 7.16. So let's give an example. So find the following or find the derivative of the following. So sa first example class, ang given na function is x squared plus 4x minus 3, quantity 6. Okay, so ito yung function natin na u of x. Then ang exponent natin na n or r is the 6. So by corollary 7.16 and the previous theorems, we have, okay, so ang gagawin natin dito, f prime of x is ibaba natin, i-bring down natin si 6 dito sa base. So, eto siya. So, 6 and then just copy the function x squared plus 4x minus 3. Then, saka tayo mag-minus ng 1 sa exponent. 8 times natin. And after that is ito times natin yung derivative ng inside na function. So, bring down natin to. So, 6 times x squared plus 4x minus 3. 6 minus 1 is 5. And then, the derivative of x squared plus 4x minus 3 is eto siya. 2x plus 4. Okay, so para ma-simplify natin to for the final answer, si coefficient na 6 or si numerical coefficient na 6 is doon nyo lang siya ita-times class sa function na ang exponent niya is 1 or ang degree na lang niya is 1. Hindi kasi pwedeng si 6 is dito natin siya i-distribute kay x squared plus 4x minus 3 quantity 5. Okay, if hindi yan 1, hindi kayo pwedeng mag-direct multiply. Okay, so we have 6 times 2x is 12x, 6 times 4 is 24. Just copy x squared plus 4x minus 3 quantity 5. So, eto na yung derivative niya. So, pwedeng hindi nyo na siya i-expand if hindi ito equals to 1. Kung naging 1 ito, 1 din yan, so pwede nyo pa yung i-simplify. Since hindi siya 1 kasi greater than 1, so pwedeng hindi hanggang dyan na lang. Kasi, if we are going to get the product of this, aabutin tayo ng siyam-siyam. Okay, for the second example, parehas lang sa number 1, sa letter A or sa first example. But here, the second example class, ang given natin na function is naka-exponent siya. What I mean is naka-radical, so radical expression. F of x equals to the square root of x squared plus 2x plus 3 quantity cube. So to be able to apply the previous theorems and the previous corollary, or to differentiate the given function, we need to express our given as f of x equals to the square root of x squared plus 2x plus 3 quantity cube na exponential form dapat before natin siya i-differentiate or i-derive. So, ang equivalent nito into exponential is x squared plus 2x plus 3 raised to the power of 3 halves. Si 3, galing siya dito sa exponent niya sa loob. And then si 2 is yan yung index na nakalagay dyan. Then we have, so pag transform na siya into exponential, pwede na tayong mag-derive. So using the usual process na pag may exponent, ilalagay sa base. So, si 3 halves, nilagay natin dito. So, we have 3 halves times x squared plus 2x plus 3. And then, saka tayo mag-minus ng 1 sa exponent. So, that's why 3 halves minus 1. And then, the derivative of this inside function. So, times yung derivative ni inside function. Okay, so just copy 3 halves times x squared plus 3x plus 1. And then 3 halves minus 1 is 1 half na siya. And then si 2x plus 2, yan yung derivative ni x squared plus 2x plus 3. Okay, si 3 halves class, dito natin siya 8 times kay 2x plus 2. So, ganito yung magiging result niya. So, simplifying, so 3 halves times 2x is 3x na lang. 3 halves times 2 is 3 na lang. Bring down to x squared plus 2x plus 3 raised to the power of 1 half. So, ibalik natin yung final answer natin into radical form kasi yung given natin is naka-radical form man siya. So, f prime of x equals to 3x plus 3 times the square root of x squared plus 2x plus 3. In this example class, ma-apply natin dito yung quotient, yung product rule rather, or the derivative of a product, and also the corollary and theorems on the chain rule. Okay. So first, we are going to transform this one pag naka-radical. yung given ninyo na function class is do not forget to transform it into exponential form. So, ito, ang equivalent niya into exponential form is magiging ganito. Okay, so magiging ganito siya. 2x minus 3 raised to the power of 4 over 3 times 5x plus 2 raised to the power of 1/2. So, before natin siya integrate class, para mas madali natin siyang magamit yung pattern ng product rule is let natin bawat function natin. So, we let our first function as our u function. So, u equals to 2 minus 3x raised to the power of 4 over 3. And then, ang ililet din natin na v is yung pangalawang function na si 5x plus 2. So, ito na yung gagamitin natin ha, kasi na-transform na to into exponential form. So, we have 5x plus 2 raised to 1/2. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung u. This is our u. This one is our v. And then, after that, kunin na din natin yung derivative nila para dire-diretso na tayo doon, para dire-diretso na nating magamit yung pattern ng product rule. So, derivative nito is 4 over 3 times 2 minus 3x raised to the power of 1/3 kasi 4/3 minus 1 is 1/3 times yung derivative ni 2 minus 3x na negative 3. So, we have 4/3 times negative 3 is negative 4 na lang times 2 minus 3x raised to the power of 1/3. So, the same with the second function. Okay, ang derivative nito is 1/2 times 5x plus 2 raised to the power of negative 1/2 because 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1/2 times yung derivative ni 5x plus 2 na 5. Okay, so simplify natin siya. So, 1/2 times 5 is 5 over 2 times 5x plus 2 raised to the power of negative 1/2. So, eto, yan yung isa-substitute natin sa pattern na ito. Okay, so, ito yung pattern ng product rule. So, f prime of x, okay, f prime of x is equal to, so, ang nauna dito is u, di ba? U dv or first times the derivative of the second function plus second function times the derivative of the first function. So, ang u natin class is yan si 2 minus 3x raised to the power of 4/3. Ito naman, ito yung derivative ni second function. Ito siya. And then plus, okay, plus, si v, ang gilet natin na v is ito. Tapos, si du naman is yan yung derivative ni first function. Okay. So, ito yung u. Tapos, ito si dv. And then, ito si v. And then, ito si du. Okay. So, simplify natin. So, we have, ang ginawa ko dito class is pinactor out ko yung common factors nila. Common factors ng dalawang term. So, dito, ang common factor nila is si 2x minus 3, diba? At saka si 5x plus 2. Diba magkaparehas sila? So, yun yung pinactor out ko. But, the thing is, ano yung factor out ninyo? Kasi, eto, magkaiba sila ng exponent, diba? So, titingnan ninyo class kung parehas sila or common factor nila yon and then may exponent siya. Ang titingnan ninyo na exponent is yung maliit na exponent. So, saan yung mas maliit na exponent? Si 4/3 or si 1/3? Of course, this is improper fraction. Of course, mas malaki yung value nito kaysa kay 1/3. Ito 1 point something, ito is 0 point something. Which means, si 2x minus 3 raised to the power of 1/3 yung ilalabas natin dito. The same with 5x plus 2. Parehas sila, yan, di ba? Yan, parehas sila dito. Negative 1/2 yung isa, positive 1/2. So, alin yung mas maliit sa dalawa? So, since ang mas maliit is, of course, yung negative. Kasi lahat sila 1/2, di ba? So, yun yung ilalabas natin dito. So, after that, isusulat na lang natin is, dito sa bracket na to is yung natira. So, dito sa first term, okay, erase ko lang to ha. Wait lang. Okay. Dito sa first term class, dito, is, if i-factor out natin dyan si 2x minus 3 1/3, diba ayabog ka lang ba na sa ating manbuat 2x minus 3? Bakit natin nasabi? Kasi 4/3 minus 1/3 is equal to 1. Diba? Kasi 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 divided by 3 is equal to 1. Na since negative 1 hapaya na giaginan iminilyo sa ina, giboy may lambol saya sa first term. Okay. Sa second term pa man, saya, na iliw tanuron si 5x plus 2 raised to the power of 1 half na si kapag base na si iliw nga sa so minus 1 hapon na pero kalambon di ba 1, so which means na sa sating man may lambon na 5x plus 2 na gini man bu na i-factor out kasi si 2x minus 3 raised to the power of 1 third na di ba may lambong gusto factor yan na gusto 1 i-times ka sa negative 4 na negative 4 pa rin. Okay, so just bring down this one. Bring down lang natin si yan, yung dalawa na yan. So, eto siya. So, i-simplify natin to 5 over 2 times 2 minus 3x is 5 minus 15 over 2x. 5x times negative 4 is negative 20x. And then 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. Okay, so simplify natin. So, sa final answer class, dapat eto siya nalagay sa denominator kasi negative man para maging positive. Okay, so ibalik ninyo into radical form. In this example class, we are going to use the quotient rule or the derivative of a quotient. So first is, we let the denominator, the numerator rather is our function u, and then yung denominator na naman natin is our function b. So here, let u is equal to x squared plus 1 cube, and then ang v natin is the x squared plus 2 quantity squared. Then after that, kunin na natin bawat derivative nila para diretso na natin siyang ma-substitute dito sa formula ng quotient rule natin. So, ang derivative ni u or the function u is si 3 times x squared plus 1 quantity squared na lang kasi 3 minus 1 is 2 times si 2x plus is yan yung derivative ni x squared plus 1. Or we have 3 times 2x is 6x times x squared plus 1 quantity squared. Si v naman, yung function natin na v na x squared plus 2 quantity squared, ang derivative niya is magiging 2. Etong 2 na to, galing siya doon sa exponent. And then just copy x squared plus 2. And then 2 minus 1 is 1. So that's why wala nang nilagay dito na number. That is an invisible 1. And then si 2x plus is, that is the derivative of x squared plus 2. Or we have 2 times 2x is 4x times x squared plus 2. So, hindi ko na ito class sinimplify kay para sa pag-substitute natin and then after that, i-simplify na natin for the final answer is madali natin siyang na-simplify kasi titingnan natin yung common factor nila. So, after that, apply natin yung previous theorem na quotient rule. So, f prime of x, ito yung pattern niya. Low d high minus high d low over low squared or v du minus u dv over v squared. So, substitute lang natin. So, yung v natin class is ito siya. So, which means ito yung v natin. And then, si 6x times x squared plus 1 quantity squared, galing siya dito kay du. So, this is our du. And then, minus, kasi di ba minus always yung sa product, sa quotient rule rather, minus u. So, ang u natin is x squared plus 1 quantity cube, galing dito. And then, 4x times x squared plus 2x is, yan yung dv natin. Okay. So, yan siya. And then, sa denominator is the v squared. So, ang v natin is x squared plus 2. Lagyan lang natin siya ng squared dito. So, simplify natin. Since ang common factor ng dalawang term, yung first term and second term is si x squared plus 2 at saka si x squared plus 1. Diba? May x squared plus 2 dito, meron din dito. May x squared plus 1 dito, meron din dito. Kumbaga, ito siya class. I-treat natin as isang function. Then, ito din siya class is isang function. Okay, so tingnan natin yung common factor nila or greatest common factor. Diba? The same sila. Okay, erase ko muna to ha. Para mas malinaw tingnan. Okay, so ito yung pangalawang function natin. Okay. Parehas sila kay x squared plus 2 kasi may x squared plus 2 din dito. Tama? Okay. And then, the same din sila kay x squared plus 1 kasi may x squared plus 1 din dito. So, which means, yan yung ilalabas natin. So, titingnan natin class kung ano yung may pinakamaliit na exponent. Kung kay x squared plus 2, quantity squared dito naman is x squared plus 2 raised to power of 1. So, which means, eto yung ifa-factor out natin. Which means, yan yung ilalabas. Yung may exponent na maliit. The same with x squared plus 1. Compare natin. Dito kasi ang exponent niya is 2. Dito is 3. So, which means, eto yung ifa-factor out natin. So, eto siya. Okay. And then, tingnan natin kung ilan na lang yung natira sa bawat term. Okay. Sa first term class, pag binawasan natin ng x squared plus 2 na isa, we left with x squared plus 2 na isa na lang. And then, pag binawasan natin to ng dalawang x squared plus 1, we left with, wala na, di ba? So, we left with 6x na lang. So, that's why x squared plus 2 times 6x na lang yung sa first term. Sa second term naman, pag binawasan natin to ng dalawang x squared plus 1, we left with isang x squared plus 1. Pag binawasan natin to ng isang x squared plus 2, wala nang matitira, di ba? Kundi yung 4x na lang. Okay, so simplify natin. Just bring down their greatest common factors. So, yan siya. Tapos, eto, x squared plus 6x is 6x cubed plus 2 times 6x is 12x minus, eto is magiging 4x cubed minus 4x na lang. And then, x squared plus 2 quantity squared. Okay, so eto yung greatest common factor nila, di ba? Okay, yan siya. And then, eto siya, simplify natin, we get 2x cubed plus 8x. So, just copy the denominator x squared plus 2 quantity squared. So, since etong dalawa na to is, yung degree nila is 1, di ba? What I mean is, their exponent is 1 na lang dito sa labas ng parentheses. So, pwedeng yan yung i-simplify natin. So, ang product nila class is 2x cubed plus 8x. Okay. Times, okay, nagkulang dito ng x squared plus 2. So, kung ita-times natin siya dito, may makukuha tayong product. So, kindly, paki-correction ito kasi hindi lang ito yung product niya. And then, that will be the final answer. Pag nakuha nyo na yung product nitong dalawa, tapos, i-bring down nyo lang si x squared plus 1 quantity squared and also the denominator. Yung nangyari pala dito class is naging eto na lang. So that's why 2x cubed plus 8x kasi 'di ba? Parehas ito sa denominator natin. So pag mag-cancel out tayo dito ng isang x squared plus 2 sa baba, we left with x squared plus 2 na lang na isa. Sa numerator naman is 2x cubed plus 8x na lang times x squared plus 1 quantity squared. So eto na yung final na derivative ni yung nang-given natin na function. Dito sa rule pa rin. Okay? Quotient rule pa rin yung gagamitin natin dito. The same with the previous example. But here is, you have to convert this one into exponential muna bago kayo mag-let ng u at saka v. Pwede din man na hindi na kayo mag-let, pero mas okay kasi na mag-let muna tayo din kunin na yung derivative kay para madali na natin siyang mas-substitute dito sa pattern ng quotient rule natin. So, it's up to you. Pero ito kasi yung isa sa mga technique para mapabilis yung process. Kasi masyadong hahaba kung isa-isahin pa natin ditong i-derive, di ba? Mas makakalito. Okay. So, quotient rule pa rin ito, the same process doon sa previous example natin. Okay, so the next topic sa derivatives of a function, subtopic rather, is the derivatives of trigonometric functions. So we shall now determine the derivatives of the 6 trigonometric functions. So those trigonometric functions are the sine, the cosine, the tangent, the cotangent, the secant, and the cosecant. The first theorem, class, is if the function f of x, if f of x equals to sine x, then f prime of x equals to the cosine x. Then the second theorem is if f of x is equal to cosine, then the derivative of the function is f prime of x is equal to negative sine x. Okay. And then, dito sa third is, ito yung continuation niya. Kasi diba dalawang function lang to. So, na-mention ko kanina na i-derive natin yung, i-determine natin yung derivative ng anim na trigonometric functions. So, the third trigonometric function is the tangent. So, the derivative of the tangent is equal to secant squared. Derivative of the cotangent is the negative cosecant squared. Derivative of secant x is sectan. And then derivative of cosecant is the negative cosecant x, cotangent x. Okay. Dito sa derivative of trigonometric function, class, ang technique lang dito is para hindi kayo malito sa pag-memorize or hindi nyo na siya i-memorize, masterize, familiarization lang yung gagawin ninyo. Okay, so since may anim tayo na trigonometric function, we have the sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, secant, and cosecant. So para mas madali nating matandaan, lahat ng function na nag-start sa letter C, that is the cosine, the cotangent, and cosecant. Diba? So, pag yun yung kukunan ninyo ng derivative, ang derivative nun, class, is always siya negative. Okay, say for instance, si cosine. If ang function natin is cosine, ang derivative niya is the negative sine x. If ang function natin is cotangent x, it starts with letter C. It starts with letter C. So, ang derivative din niya is negative cosecant squared x. The same with cosecant x, ang derivative din niya is negative cosecant x, negative cosecant x cotangent x. Okay, ito tandaan nyo rin basta. So, function at trigonometric na nag-start sa letter C, na yung derivative yan na always negative. Okay, ito tinudan nyo ron. Isa pa na tinudan nyo ron, na aya always sa partner saya na si sine na si cosine. Si sine na aya derivative yan na si cosine. Si cosine mambuna yan derivative na si negative sine. Okay, isa pa na magpada na si tangent ago si secant. Si tangent na aya derivative yan na si secant squared. Katayas kanyan. Derivative mambu secant na so combination di secant ago si tangent x. So, sira ni magpada. Ayaw mambu partner na si cotangent x ago si cosecant x. Since lahat langon si ran C, na which means na langon na derivative ran mambu na negative. So, si cotangent na aya derivative yan na si cosecant squared x. Si cosecant mambu na aya derivative yan na si negative cosecant x cotangent x. In the following theorem, class, is the same with the previous theorem na 7.3. Parehas lang sila kasi yung sa letter A, ang ibig sabihin lang nito, derivative, d of x kasi ibig sabihin niya derivative of with respect to the variable x. Derivative of x, derivative of sine u is equal to cosine u du. With respect to x, ito. And then, derivative of cosine is the negative sine. And then, derivative of tangent is secant squared. Derivative of cotangent is the negative of cosecant squared. And then, derivative of secant is sectan, or secant u, tangent u. Derivative of cosine u is the negative cosine u, cotangent u. So, which means, parehas lang tong, kumbaga, yung etong tatlong theorem na to, pinagsama-sama siya dito sa theorem 7.3.4. Let's give an example to the theorems mentioned earlier. Find the derivative of each of the following. First is f of x equals to sine 3x multiplied by cosine 3x. So which means, dalawang function ito, we are going to use the product or apply the product rule here. Okay, so by theorem 7.2.9 and 7.3.4, A and B, we have f prime of x equals to sine 3x. Kasi diba ang pattern ng product rule is first function. Ang first function natin dito class is the sine 3x. And then ang second function natin dito is yung cosine 3x. So the pattern of the product rule is first function multiplied by the derivative of the second function plus second times the derivative of the first. So sine 3x, that is our first function. And then the derivative of the second function, dv, plus u, plus v, yung second function, times the derivative of the first function. So bring down sine 3x here, and then the derivative of cosine 3x is negative sine 3x, times, again, the derivative of this function 3x, or the angle of the sine function 3x. Okay, bring down cosine 3x, and then derivative of sine 3x is cosine 3x times 3x, because the derivative of 3x. So, ang mangyayari is sine 3x multiplied by sine 3x is magiging negative sine 3x squared times yung derivative ni 3x class is equal to 3 plus cosine 3x multiplied by cosine 3x is cosine squared 3x. Then yung 3 na to, etong 3 na to is galing siya sa derivative ni 3x. Therefore, the derivative of this given function is negative 3 sine squared 3x plus 3 cosine squared 3x. For the second example, the given is sine x divided by cosine x, which means we are going to apply the quotient rule na naman dito. Okay, so by theorem 7.2.11, that is the quotient rule, and 7.2.2 a and b, that is the derivative of the function cosine and sine, diba? Okay, so we have f prime of x equals to cosine x times derivative of sine x. Kasi diba ang pattern ng anong tawag dito, quotient rule is v or low times derivative of high minus high times the derivative of low over low squared, right? Okay, so ang v natin dito is yung nasa denominator. This is our v. This, yung sa numerator naman is our u. So this is our v, tapos si dx sin x is our du. Si sin x is our u. Okay? And then dx cosine x or derivative of cosine x is yan yung dv natin. Tapos, ito siya is our v squared. Okay, so low d high minus high d low over low squared. So bring down cosine. Derivative of sine is cosine. Okay, minus, take note, pag product of quotient rule, minus ha. Bring down sine x. Derivative of cosine is negative sine 3x. Where cosine x quantity squared. So cosine times cosine, cosine squared x, plus, the negative sine x times the negative sine x is magiging positive sine squared x. And then just copy the denominator cosine, ang tawag dito, cosine x quantity squared. So, etong sa numerator natin class, this is equivalent to 1 from the one of the trigonometric identities. Cosine squared x plus sine squared x equals to 1. So, that's why the derivative of this is f prime of x equals to 1 over the cosine squared x. Kasi ito, pwede siyang maririte na ganito. Kumbaga si 2 or si exponent sa labas ng parentheses, pwede siyang ilagay sa gitna between cosine and the variable x. Okay? For the third example, may function f dito ha. F of x equals to x sine x plus cosine x. So sa first term class, i-apply natin dito yung theorem ng product rule or the derivative of the product. Tapos, and then after is yung derivative of a sum. So by theorem 7.2.7, 7.2.9, and 7.3.4a and b, we have f prime of x equals to, okay, so since sa first term, kapag ang given ninyo class is may variable na nauna kaysa sa trigonometric function natin class, you have to apply the product rule, ha? Okay, so ang first term is si variable x, then ang second term natin dito is si sin x. Okay, so first times the derivative of the second plus second times the derivative of the first, and then yung second term is just bring down the second term cosine x. So sabay-sabay na natin kunan ng derivative. So we have x, okay, derivative of sine is cosine, tapos bring down si sine, derivative of x is 1, diba? And then derivative of cosine, this is sin x class. Kasi derivative of sine is sin x. Okay, derivative of cosine is sin x. So we have x, cosine x is x cosine x. Sin x times 1 is sin x pa rin. And then ito is, this is equal to sin x. Okay, so which means, pwede natin i-add si first, second term, and third term. So ang mangyayari is x, bring down dito si x cosine x, okay? And then, plus, okay? So, i-add natin si sine plus sine, magiging 2 sine x. Okay, so we have, this is the derivative of f of x equals to x sine x plus cosine x. For the fourth example, okay, may variable f dito ha. F of x is equals to cosine cube 3x. Okay, so before natin siya i-integrate, i-derive class, gawin muna natin siya, or we can rewrite this or express this function as this form. Okay, so kumbaga si exponent na 3, labas lang natin siya sa loob ng parentheses. Okay, nilagay lang siya sa labas ng parentheses ha, para ma-apply natin dito yung chain rule. Okay, so the derivative is si 3, ilalagay sa base, just copy cosine 3x and then minus tayo ng 1 sa exponent times yung derivative ni cosine. Okay, dx of cosine 3x. Okay, just bring down 3 cosine 3x. 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay, derivative ni cosine 3x is negative sine 3x. Okay, and then times na naman ulit yung derivative ni 3x. Okay, so we have 3 cosine 3x quantity squared, negative sine 3x times 3. So si 3, yan yung derivative ni 3x. Therefore, the derivative of this is negative 9. Kasi 3 times 3 is 9, times the negative magiging negative cosine square 3x sine 3x. Okay, for the fifth example, sine 2x over x to the power of 5. Ang i-apply nyo lang dito class is the quotient rule. So, the same with the example number 2. Quotient rule. Okay, so low d high minus high d low over low squared. Okay, so bring down x to the power of 5, derivative ni sine 2x is cosine 2x times the derivative of 2x. Basta talaga sa trigonometric function na after niyo makuha so derivative o trigo, na i-times yung man class so derivative agiya ang galian. Okay, minus derivative ni x to the power of 5 is 5x to the power of 4. Then bring down sine 2x. Then x to the power of 5 quantity squared is x to the power of 10 na yan. So, eto na yung derivative niya. And then for the last example, product rule. Kasi dalawang function ito, sine 2x at saka tangent squared 3x. Okay, by theorem 7.2.9 and 7.3.4 A and C. So, eto yung derivative niya. First, times the derivative of the second plus second function times the derivative of the first. Derivative ni sine cube 2x. Okay, eto, equivalent lang siya dito class sa expression na to ha. Ang ginawa ko lang dito is nilabas ko muna sa parentheses yung exponent. Okay, kinopya ko lang yan. Yun, C2 nilagay ko lang sa labas ng exponent. The same with this, parehas lang din. Nilabas ko lang sa labas ng parentheses yung exponent. Okay, just copy sine 2x quantity cube. Derivative ni tangent 3x is 2 tangent 3x. Diba? Okay, in-apply dito si quotient rule, si chain rule rather. Okay, derivative nito class is ibaba sa base 2. Just copy sa tangent 3x. And then 2 minus 1 is 1 naman, diba? Times yung derivative ni tangent 3x. Okay, plus sa second term, we have tangent 3x quantity squared times yung derivative ni sine 2x quantity cube is ito siya. Okay, so we have the f prime of x is equal to 6 sine 2x quantity cube tangent 3x times second 3x plus 6 times the tangent 3x quantity squared times sine 2x quantity squared cosine 2x. Okay, so hindi natin yun pwedeng i-add kasi wala silang common. Hindi the same yung terms nila or hindi sila like terms. So that is for the theorems, a derivative of a trigonometric